having a baby. This is really going to be about like kind of some changes that occurred and like how I was feeling. So basically, before we found out, I had already kind of started watching more of what I was eating. I wasn't drinking as much. I think I had like a margarita the day before or something. But you know, as soon as it hit, everything was kind of cut out immediately. Alcohol was cut out, coffee, even including decaf, was cut out, chocolate was cut out. I had never really been much for lunch meat or anything, or fish, so that was already out. And kind of, I guess, I have not yet, I'm not going to say I haven't, or didn't, whatever. I have not yet had any sort of like vomiting. I am someone who has like a steel stomach, and I really hate throwing up. I know it's not like, oh, I love throwing up, but I really, really hate it. Like, it will ruin my day. So, I would guess like the first sort of, I guess, talk about like aversion to foods now and like some minor cravings. I haven't really had like crazy stuff, but this was always a joke, as I would always eat weird food combinations already. And it was kind of the joke like, oh, when you get pregnant, you'll just eat like a normal person. And that's kind of how it's been going. I haven't really had anything weird. One big aversion, though, when we first found out, I kind of started noticing that if I had sweet tasting things, I'd get nauseous, or they just would make me feel horrible. Like sweet tasting, not just sugar per se. I would drink like these Eat the Bear protein shakes every morning. And I haven't been able to drink those because they're just so sweet that it would give me a headache and I would get really nauseous with it. And so we kind of noticed that was a trend. Even now, like this morning I had like peanut butter toast and honey, and the honey is too sweet. And so I've kind of been like, ugh, since I ate it. But it's good for you, and so a lot of stuff that I might have an aversion to, I'm still trying to get down, because I know like in the long run it's better, because having a large variety diet is what's best right now. Sweet stuff kind of I have to eat very little of, or I just don't eat it at all, or if I do eat it, I try to make it towards the end of the day. Most of the time in the morning I'm eating like breakfast tacos. All homemade for now, because I'm off work for the summer. I have the time to make my own breakfast. A lot of the time it's like tortilla, egg, some cheese. I now have beans, and then like guacamole on it. So a lot of it, I am not adhering to any sort of like diet right now. I'm just trying to get a large variety and focus on like fiber and protein. Because even though I don't have any sort of diabetes in my immediate family, or I think even extended family, by blood relation, I don't want to risk it. I am very healthy already, so I want to keep that going. So as of right now, I know in the past I've been like low carb or high fat or anything like that. But right now I'm just I'm still adhering to an if it fits your macros. I cannot eat as much as I was. I did start noticing I was on a 2,000 calorie diet, and I was noticing that I was having to force feed myself, and that was making me feel sick still. So I kind of tracked what I ate just normally, that I wasn't feeling sick, and it's kind of like 17 to 1800. My doctor's okay with that. I am not as active as I usually am, even though I'm still lifting weights. I have cut back a lot on like cardio, just because I don't feel so good anymore, and my digestive system has slowed because I'm pregnant, and that's kind of that's normal. So I really am listening. Like if I start to get a headache, I'll drink water, and if it goes away, I'm like, okay, I need to start drinking more water, which is a whole nother issue right now, because I do not like the taste of room temperature water. I never used to have an issue with it, but right now I cannot stand it, so I have to force myself to drink water. We don't have an ice maker, so I actually have to probably go and get ice today or this weekend. Because if it's cold, like ice cold, I'll just all day, like not an issue. So I'm definitely making sure that I'm keeping track of that. But if I feel physically hungry, like growly, like my stomach growls, I'll eat. If I'm feeling nauseous and I haven't eaten, I'll eat and I'll feel better. I am not trying to force feed myself. I am of average weight, so I don't need to gain any weight. I shouldn't be increasing my caloric intake anyway. Another aversion I have, which kind of is bad, smoked or barbecued or grilled, anything on the grill with charcoal or wood, I can't even smell it anymore. Like it gives me a headache. I feel nauseous. I can't eat, which why I say it's kind of bad is because that's all we used to do was, every weekend we would grill meat and then we'd eat on that for the week. But I told Matt about it. I was like, I can't, it makes me nauseous. I physically cannot eat it anymore. I'm forcing myself to eat it, and it's just, and he was okay with that. He's like, okay, let's start baking it then. Let's start baking, boiling, do what we need to do because it's getting hot anyway. It's good to change it up. So he was really supportive of that, which was awesome. I thought he would be like, suck it up, we're grilling meat still. But no, he was like, okay, fine. That's fine. We still had a bunch of smoked or grilled meat in the fridge, so I ended up making for him, I just kind of put all of our smoked pork and stuff into the crock pot, broke it down a lot into shredded pork, and he eats that now when he's at work. It was a hellish day, though, making it, because it filled the house with, like, this smoky smell, and I was not pleased with it the whole time. But, aversions, not a ton of them, just sweet stuff I'm not down with, smoky stuff I'm not down with, and other common pregnancy aversions we didn't eat in general. As far as cravings go, though, I have been craving bitter things, sour things, and salty things. When I say bitter, I guess it's like I've been craving dark chocolate ice cream. Not for the sweetness of it, but because like the richness, like I don't know like how to describe it, but I'm not eating chocolate right now, so I kind of looked it up, and if you're craving chocolate, it means a magnesium deficiency, so I'll just eat like peanut butter toast and I'll be fine. But I cannot get enough pickles and spicy stuff. Oh my gosh, nothing is spicy right now. I used to always eat spicy stuff, and I was okay with like ghost pepper, habanero, like I could handle a lot of it, but now that stuff is not doing it for me. I'm like, it needs to be hotter. I need more spicy food. So everything is covered in hot sauce. And eggs. Love eggs right now. I liked eggs to begin with, but now it's like I must eat them all. Pickles are a big thing. Pepperoncinis, jalapenos. I will start drinking the liquid. Those are some of the biggest ones. I've had cravings for like Sour Patch Kids, Warheads, Sour Skittles, anything that's sour, I want it. So yeah, those are like the cravings. Nothing weird. That's what's kind of crazy to me. There's no weird cravings. Like I'm someone who used to eat like Doritos and ice cream, or like put sriracha on oatmeal cream pie. I mean, I guess the strangest thing is like pickles and barbecue sauce, which I can't do barbecue sauce anymore, but I can do ketchup, which is weird too, because I've never been a ketchup fan unless it was like with fries. So it's all going weird. But I'm eating normal food, like normal people food. I don't eat like weird concoctions. Like I used to love me some peanut butter and egg, yes, roll-ups, and I've been like, nah. So it's interesting. That's not what I would expect. I'm really, really glad that I haven't had a ton of nausea or vomiting. And the digestion slowing, that was probably my most uncomfortable thing because I was still force feeding myself, and I would get bloated, horribly bloated, like about like, so it would be like this. So I get bloated up here, but this is where like baby is, even though right now this is all food. So it was like that. So I have a phone call. And we're back. So basically, cravings, salty, sweet, salty, sour, spicy, and that's That's it. And ketchup. Aversions, anything sweet and smoky. So I went and got a pickle after I got off the phone. But yeah, that is current food journey. Nothing too crazy, which isn't that surprising since the joke always was, you know, when you get pregnant, you're going to eat like a normal person. So here I am eating like a normal person.